I've had this question for years. Is God really in control? In the Bible you read, it says that he gave us dominion way back in Genesis. And we think about, if God's really in control, then why do all these bad things happen? If God was in control, why did I just lose my husband? I have a friend who just passed away last week. He was 27, 28 years old. Left behind two kids and a beautiful wife. Why would we think that God was in control of that? Why did all the storms come in the last 20 years? Why did, this is, if you know, this is 2025, and the Jamaicans their island was just wiped out. So why do we think that God, do you see the unbalance of this belief? Is God really in control? Why did he just wipe out all people with storms and fires and all this stuff going on? Why did he allow this? Do you have questions like these and many more? He gave us dominion, as I spoke earlier. He gave us control. He tells us that our words count. The things we say count. He says that our actions, like the movie The Butterfly Effect. You ever seen that movie? The Butterfly Effect is where they try to go back in time and they change things so something else will change today. So why is this? What I think and what helps me a lot is I watch a lot of near-death experiences. I watch people who've gone over to the other side and have come back. Some people have actually seen a type of hell and came back. Some people have seen a heaven and come back. I know a video on here. Her name is Buddha Betty. She's awesome. I watched her video. She expected, as a drug addict, prostitute, and you name it, she was that in New York City. And she went over and saw it wasn't hell at all. It was heaven. She got mad at God. She's hilarious. You should watch her on YouTube. She's amazing. But we have all these stories of near-death experiences of people who've gone over and come back, and they're all different. Why is that? Why is everybody's experience in life different than everybody else's experience in life? You know why? It's because we have, here's a hard one to swallow, that life was planned for us before we were born. You and all the stuff that's going on in your life is happening for a reason. And one of the reasons is for you to get through it and learn. When you're in the middle of trouble, in the middle of strife, in the middle of this, middle of whatever trouble you're going through right now, you need to stop and ask Spirit, why am I going through this? What is it that caused this? Is this a plan? Did I say something wrong? You have all those questions going through your brain, right? Why is this happening to me? It's because you planned it. You planned it. You sit, listen, before you're born, you come and sit at a table of about 12, I guess. Some people have said of 12. Some of the near-death experience people have said that you sit before about 12 guys, 12 people, 12 entities, and you plan why you're going back, why you're coming back here. Reincarnation, you call it whatever you want. But you planned this life right now. Some of you right now are really upset. What are you talking about? Why would I choose this? It's because the trouble you're going through right now, you need to learn to get through it in peace. You need to get through it because your soul community out there is on their knees. They're in your corner, you might say. They're in your corner for you to get free of whatever this issue is. It might be unforgiveness. It might be hatred. It might be anger. It might be addiction. Whatever it may be. You are here to get free of that because your soul community is all connected to that. And they want you as a soul to be free of that. Hard to swallow, right? Coming from a pastor, now working in the paranormal. That's who I am. I used to be a pastor, and now I'm into paranormal. Christianity was my stepping stone to the paranormal or to the spiritual world. So, do I disassociate with Christianity? No, It was my stepping stone to finding out who we really are. Now, let me tell you, it was a journey to find this out. It's been about 2012, it started, 2011 in there somewhere, because you don't really know a perfect date when it all started. But when you started questioning what you believe, you started asking why this happened to me, whatever it may be. And you question that. And when you ask the questions, your team will come and help you get free of that. Now you have to imagine this. You're sitting at this table, right? And what you're planning at this table around these 12 people, or 12 entities, you might call them, you're planning to get free, and your soul to get free of all the stuff that you've been carrying these hundreds of years, thousands of years. I don't quite know all that stuff, but the thing is, you got it. So this is why you have a team. They're going to help you through it. So your lineage, your soul people, and will help you clear up use this soul contract, you might call it, to help you clean up. You ever see somebody who's like a narcissist and full of himself or herself, and all they want to do is yell and scream and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They are here, but they're not, they're immature and trying to learn. You need to tell them this story. You need to share this with them, that they're going through something right now and why. Now, I say all that because I'm going through it. I've been through it. I'm going through it. There's like stages and steps of your life here on earth. And in that, you're here to set things. I had problems with money issues. I had money issues, and I'm worried. I don't have, even though I'm going through something at one time, I don't worry about it as much. You remember when we used to have like almost panic attacks or something over your life, maybe finances or love or whatever? Yeah, see, you got to work through that. You got to ask the reason why. Why has this happened to me? Then you got to listen for the voices that are speaking to you. No, I'm not. Everybody has the power to hear the other side. God, the Spirit, Jesus, has given you the power to hear the other side. That was remember, this is a big thing. Remember when they do it all at funerals, they called him home, or they called her home? Think about that one for a minute. They called them home. That is where we belong. That is where we came from. Where we are now is not. We're just here for a season. We're here for 70, 80, 100, sometimes shorter. Sometimes shorter. Let me give you a little story. There's a woman who, and many of you women out there have lost children in birth and childbirth, and all that, and maybe even had a miscarriage. Those were souls. Those were souls that came here to help you. Your soul at this time, your soul contract was to happen to you so you could get over it. You could work through it and release the grief and release the pain and release the sadness of losing that child. Now stay with me. And that is why many women have had miscarriages, because that soul, that little soul, came here to help you. Because this woman I'm talking about she has spoken, and she hears the other side and see the other side, and she sees her grandmother holding that child, holding that passed on child, the child that went back, that came here for a season, just to help this woman work through grief. Do you see how that we don't die? We all have a purpose. We all are working on ourselves and clearing that out. I've had a lot of issues. So many things have been cleared up in my life. But I have a lot more, and I'm dealing with them. Is there one particular thing that you feel have a problem with? In your church, they call it a sin. and it's not. It's something you need to deal with. What is that little thing? Could it be anger? Could it be grieving? Could it be spending money the wrong way? It could be, maybe it's a sexual thing. Maybe you just love having sex all the time. Maybe, whatever it may be. And I'm not saying having sex is a bad thing. I'm saying that an overconsumption of something may be a tough thing. If you have to have this and have to have that, and something you have to have. Anyway, you know what you're going through. You know what your quote unquote church called sin crap has to deal with. But see, we need to learn to accept that. When you learn to accept that you're going through that, there's a peace that comes. I'm going off on another tangent here, so I'm going to slow down. But what you're going through right now, there's a reason. And you need to learn what you're trying to help yourself with. I won't say you're trying to get rid of or what sin you're trying to clean up in your life. We know that unforgiveness, we know that anger, all that stuff really causes a lot of the stuff in our lives. So we're here to learn how to do that. And I've learned all this stuff from people who have passed on and have come back and told us. And they're all over this channel right now. They're all over this platform. You need to go watch them because they'll change your life. One of my little analogies is if I wanted to go to Rome, I wanted to learn about Rome, Italy, why would I get a book out and read about Rome, Italy? Why wouldn't I just go to Italy, right? Well, that's the best way to do it, is to go to Italy, learn about Rome and Aviano and all those places over there, learn about those places, and then come back and tell people about it. See, I wouldn't trust anybody that just read a book about that book going to Italy. I would trust them if they went over there and they come back and told me where to go, where to eat dinner, blah, 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 where to visit, what hotels to stay in, all that kind of stuff. See, that's truth. Well, these people have gone over to the other side. They've gone to heaven, might call it, whatever you want to call it, the other side, and they have come back. And they said, this is how to live life. This is what you got to do. Find out and hear the Spirit and follow that Spirit and live a good life because you're free of whatever junk you have in your trunk. So today, I know some of you are just telling this guy's stupid, nothing. Listen, I was that person. I was a evangelical Christian pastor who didn't believe in this stuff. And now I do. Because I walk in the Spirit, as they call it. I walked in the Spirit. Remember that whole walking in the Spirit? What's walking in the Spirit is not living a sinful life or a non-sinful life. No, but it's living close to the universe. Some of you call it the universe. God, Jesus. Living in the Spirit is just learning to hear their voice. I can't say they, because there's more than one up there, in here. And there's more help out there if you want it. I love you. And today is going to be an awesome day. I hope this relieves some stuff in you and puts you on a journey of freedom. Because that's what it's done for me. It put me on a journey of freedom. And this is why it's called Freedom Tube. Because this is part of the journey, is learning who you are. That's one of the big questions I asked. Who the am I? Who am I? I got rid of all labels. I got rid of the father label. I got rid of the dad label. I got rid of the husband label. I took all those labels off my Christian label. I took them all off. Because the only label I want to hold is human or spiritual. That's who we are. We are a soul looking for help. And it's there, if you ask. Well, I got to go to work. I love you guys, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget, I love you.